Hello mga kabatang helmet! Siyempre today is a very happy day. Sa lahat ng mga bagong pasok sa channel to, please don't forget to click the subscribe button tayo na bell para lagi tayo updated sa mga inay para sinasusaw namin video ko pa. So, happy Sunday mga kabatang helmet. At babati muna ako ng happy Father's Day. Sila ang tatay sa mundo. Ikaw man ay isang ama, biologically, or yung tipong ama sa puso. Basta lahat kayo, ha? Happy Father's Day. At ay pangmalakasan tayong lugaw. Lugaw mo tayo dahil Sunday ngayon. Pero ito nga mga kabatang helmet, yung sa mga nakamiss out nung speech ni Atty. Leni Robredo sa Urdaneta, ito bibigyan namin kayo ng short clip lang to mga kabatang helmet nung buong speech talaga. Pero ito kasi yung talagang pumukaw sa akin o talagang may striking points na oo nga naman. Minsan sa buhay natin talagang merong mga nakakasama tayo, may mga tao na gusto talaga na maging mabuti, mapabuti, gumawa ng mabuti. Kasi na kayo, medyo maingay dito kasi nga nagluluto sila na may tsado dahil Father's Day. Pero ayun nga, at yan nga yung sabi ni Atty. Leni Robredo, bilang Vice President, nung term niya, may mga tauhan at merong mga tao na talagang nakita niya na gusto talagang maging isang mabuting tao or gumawa ng mabuti, gumawa ng tamag na may transparency. So, parang ito ay, ang pulot dulo nito, it's about the leadership. Kung sino ang leader mo, sino yung namumuno, talagang everything will follow talaga. Dahil nag-ratchet na yan. Dun sa namumuno. So, ito, panoorin muna natin.
Again, let's all welcome Atty. Maria Leni G. Robredo!
My name is Arlen Lee. I am the representative from Pangasinan Youth Disaster Reduction and Management. My question would be, how do you define ethical governance and what measures have you implemented to ensure ethical practices during your tenure? I repeat, how do you define ethical governance and what measures have you implemented to ensure ethical practices during your tenure?
Sorry, maybe reiterate the question. Okay. How do you define ethical governance and what measures have you implemented to ensure ethical practices during your tenure?
Solid.
Hello.
Sabi ko nga, tuloy ang laban.
Aryan. Parang it's so difficult to define ethical governance in the sense na all-encompassing siya. Pero my example would be siguro my tenure as Vice President. Kasi siguro many of you are aware of how difficult it was when I became Vice President because of the political landscape. Di ba sa Pilipinas kasi, the Vice President is elected separately from the President. So it becomes very possible that the Vice President will come with different political parties than the President, which was the case when I became Vice President. So sa akin, klaro na agad na it would be difficult. Although I was still hopeful sa umpisa, pero all indications pointed to the fact na parang all will not be well between the President and myself. So ako, ang hinanda ko yung opisina. The first thing that I did was to set the direction of the office. Kasi yung office of the Vice President for many years has been a ceremonial office. Kasi if you look at the Constitution, the mandate is only succession. So pag hindi kami binigyan ng assignment ng Presidente, ang trabaho lang namin nag-receive ng foreign dignitaries, nagkakat ng ribbon, nagsuspeech kung saan, pero parang walang developmental na agenda. And I sought to, from the moment that I assumed office, I sought to change that. So sinabi ko na agad sa staff namin na we will reinvent the office from a mere ceremonial one into an advocacy-centered one. Pero pag-advocacy center, kailangan marami kaming proyekto, di ba? Marami kaming proyekto, saan kami kukuha ng pera? Kukuha kami ng pera sa mga partners na pwedeng tumulong sa akin. But we can only do that if we are trusted. So yung pinakaunang ginawa namin to prove that we are an ethical office, nag-aspire kaagad kami ng ISO certification. Mahirap yung gawin. Kasi we had to undo years of parang, ayaw mo naman sabihin siyang unprofessional practice, pero hindi siya international standard. So kailangan namin i-reset yung mga kinalawian ng NPR. But that was the first target into office. Magkaroon tayo ng ISO certification kasi pag nagkaroon tayo, parang pinapakita natin sa tao na we are serious in the work that we want to do. So when we were able to achieve an ISO certification during our first year in office, ang sunod na target namin, unqualified COA opinion. Unqualified opinion by the Commission on Audit. Bakit mahalaga yun sa amin? Kasi yun yung pinaka-indication na maayos namin ginagastos yung pera ng pamahalaan. Mahirap din yung gawin, and in fact, we were not able to get our ISO certificate, our COA unqualified opinion until 2018, yung second year of office na namin. Kasi, kailangan namin linisin yung mga inabutan namin. But, nung nakakuha na kami ng COA unqualified opinion, hanggang natapos yung termino ko, taon-taon, nakukuha namin. So, sa akin, madali lang sabihin na may ethical practices. Madali lang sabihin. Pero kailangan kasi merong metric. Kailangan meron kang grado. Kailangan nakakakuha ka na affirmation galing sa isang body na pinapaniwalaan na totoo yung sinasabi mo na nagpa-practice ka ethical. So yung sagot ko siguro sa tanong mo, lilinisin mo yung patoo, pero kailangan ma-manifest mo sa paglabas para maka-inspire ka na.
Thank you, Ma'am. How can I ask one more question? What are the key strategies you believe are essential for maintaining transparency and accountability in government?
Merong kasabihan na it is not enough for a public official to be good. There has to be a system that will force him to be good. So yung pinakauna mo kailangan gawin, siguruhin to put the system in place. Na walang choice ikaw, kundi maging matino. Kasi kung hindi ka magiging matino, hindi ka papasa sa sistema ginawa mo. So that was the first thing that we did when I became Vice President, is to make sure that all the systems are in place. At susunod ng lahat. And you know, one of the discoveries was that karamihan sa public government employees gusto maging matino. Kaya lang importante sa lahat ng leadership. Kasi sumusunod naman. At mas gugustuhin nila na kung meron choice between yung mas matino na paraan, yun yung susundin nila. So, I did not have any problems implementing all the measures that we put in place. Because the reality is that the entire bureaucracy, as far as the Office of the Vice President was concerned, gusto nila yun. The systems are in place to be more transparent, to make sure that public officials are accountable.
Thank you so much.
So, ayun nga mga kabatang helmet. Comment down below nyo dyan kung ano yung masasabi nyo. Share nyo na kung ano yung para sa inyo striking talaga sa lahat ng mga sinabi ni Atty. Leni Robredo. Pero lahat yan, yung kabuuan na yan, talaga may kapupulutan tayong aral. At palagi naman mga kabatang helmet na meron talagang naibibigay na inspiration at pag-asa si Atty. Leni Robredo. Basta mga kabatang helmet na, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe tayo. As always, sabi nga Mr. Boy, nag-helmet in the book, keeps getting better every day. God bless everyone. Bye! Kakain ako ng lugaw.
Wow!